Hi guys, so this is a video that I wish I had watched before starting my med school journey so that I would get an idea of what's in store for me. So if you are watching this video, maybe you're soon going to be a medico. So welcome aboard my friend. Remember one thing, that the journey is not easy but totally worth it only if you are interested. If not, then it will seem to feel like a burden after a point in time, and basically the journey is as easy or as difficult as you perceive it to be. So first of all, after entering the college, the first year subject seems like French, Greek, and Latin to us, especially anatomy with all its terminologies. It just seems like a whole different language. Quite natural, right? In our 11th and 12th, we are used to studying PCB, which are pretty straightforward subjects, unlike studying medicine, which is the study of something that's happening inside our body and all the mechanisms. So it obviously requires some special terminology, some special efforts. So in the initial few months, you may feel frustrated, you may feel it hard to understand, and it all seems like going just above your head. But give it some time, and I'm sure you will get used to it. I had faced the pretty same difficulty, and I used to feel that I'm not going to remember anything of these. I'm not going to remember the things in anatomy like the muscle attachments, insertions, etc., and the various cycles in biochemistry. But I even feared that I would fail in my first internals because of the same thing. But then I ended up passing my first year final exams with decent enough marks. So if I can do, you can do it too. So coming to the second point, you may be a topper in your school or college and maybe securing 90% marks or 99.9% marks. So that doesn't matter here. All that matters here is if you can pass your exams or not. Not only that, almost all of them in your class are toppers of their respective schools or colleges. I'm not discouraging you, but securing just 70 to 80% marks in a medical school exam, it requires lots of efforts. You have just cracked your NEET UG, which is relatively one of the most, tough competitive exams, and you have come here. So just don't stress much about the marks. Just put in your efforts and just don't run behind marks. So this reminds me of that dialogue in Three Idiots, which says that कामयाबी के पीछे मत भागो, बस नॉलेज के पीछे भागो तो कामयाबी झक मार के पीछे आएगी. So it's that kind of situation right here.
किसी महापुरुष ने कहा है कि कामयाब होने के लिए नहीं, काबिल होने के लिए पढ़ो. सक्सेस के पीछे मत भागो, एक्सेलेंस का पीछा करो. सक्सेस झक मार के तुम्हारे पीछे आएगी.
So as I said, you have crossed an important phase in your life, that is the NEET UG exam, and you have come here. So just chill, enjoy your college life, get used to the new system, interact with people, make new friends. Basically understand the system, how it runs in a medical college and stuff. Interact with your seniors. Don't get stressed behind studying in the initial few months itself, because first of all, you're not used to the system in medical college, and it's not the same as in your PU college or in your schools. It's a little different. Second of all, it will lead to early burnout, and that's not what you want. Also, probably this is going to be the least stressful year for you. Obviously, the stress of getting adjusted to the new system and learning the new subjects is there, but you won't be having your postings there. It's just your theory classes and your lab, so it's going to be pretty relatively less stressful, and enjoy it to the fullest. But also focus on understanding the basics, because that's very much needed to build upon your further knowledge in the next years, because the first year subjects anatomy, physiology, and biochemistry, they form the base of all your further understanding in medicine. If you want to read about surgery in final year, then again you'll have to remember the concepts of anatomy in the first year. That's one thing that I regret, that I didn't revise anatomy like very frequently. So now whenever I have to read surgery, I have to revisit my anatomy, and without that you can't understand anything. And your physiology knowledge is required to understand medicine, and biochemistry knowledge is required everywhere. So that's one thing. So read books in first year, and don't go behind taking coaching videos, coaching subscriptions, and stuff like that, because that's the trend currently. When we joined MBBS, It was not like that. We used to read books in the first year exclusively, and if you, the thing is, you won't get into the habit of reading medical books, and that reading medical books and understanding them, deciphering them, knowing what concepts to stress on, knowing what to skip, that really requires some efforts, and that's an art in itself. I'm not saying that you'll have to read all the standard books like Grey's Anatomy or Guidance and Canon for physiology. Even reading Vishram Singh or GK Pal, Vishram Singh for anatomy and GK Pal for physiology can be enough, as long as you read it effectively and revise it frequently. If you skip on reading these books in the first year, it will really affect you later on. And if you find certain part difficult or certain part difficult to comprehend and you don't understand that, just search that particular topic on YouTube and you'll get very illustrative, very easy to understand videos. That's what I did during my first year. I didn't take any coaching, and whenever I used to face difficulty in any topic, I used to ask some of my friends, or I didn't ask my teachers, though I could have done that because my teachers were extremely supportive. But I was, I had this some fear, so I asked my friends, or I used to just Google the topic on YouTube, and there are pretty much interesting and concise factual videos. Not only factual, like there are pretty concise conceptual videos on YouTube. So don't watch YouTube videos for all the topics, but whatever topics you're feeling it hard to understand and difficulty, so just watch videos of those topics and they'll help you a lot. You'll have plenty of time for your hobbies, for following your passion. So just do it now. If you have always wanted to learn a new skill or learn something else, so now's the time, because you'll never have enough time at hand, and all you have to do is learn to manage things, learn to prioritize things, and trust me, you can do this. You must have heard this quote that all work no play makes Jack a dull boy, and that is true. So I regret not understanding this fact earlier, because in my first year I had plenty of time. We also had lockdown due to COVID, and I could have followed my passion earlier itself, but then I just shied away thinking that maybe it's not the right time. So, as they say that there's no right time, you have to take the time and make it right for yourself. I'm glad that better late than never. I just started doing the things that I enjoy doing during my second, third year, and in my final year now, I'm doing all that I wanted to and more. Yeah, there are a few other things that I wanted to and I couldn't do, but yeah, I'm satisfied with what I'm doing right now. So the next thing is, many of you might be staying away from home, and for most of you, it might be the first time that you're staying away from home in a hostel. That too in a professional course that is stressful and demanding, like that of MBBS. So you might find yourself, left out. You might feel lonely. You might feel stressful, and you may feel homesickness. In the initial few months, you may feel you may be distracted by all the new things that are happening, that adrenaline rush. But after a few months, you start feeling homesickness and all that bad feelings. So if you are feeling anything like that, then feel free to talk to your friends, talk to your parents, talk to your peers, talk to anyone whom you find you can confide in, and just speak your feelings out, because that makes you feel much better and you can work out a solution. If you if you are feeling very much homesickness and you can't it's like the extreme form where you feel burnout, then maybe you can take a few days off and go visit your parents and come back, or you can basically work out a solution. And I'm sure just speaking it out with someone can help you reduce this feeling to a great extent. So in a profession that requires you to read numerous big books, constantly being updated by the new guidelines that are released every now and then, you must understand the fact that exams come and go very often, and you need to get used to it. Just give your best and forget the rest. In fact, there have been instances where I have just passed in my internal exams, and all these experiences, it was very new to me in the beginning. But it has taught me one thing, that we have to just learn from our mistakes, improvise, and then move on. And here's the most important one: don't compare your life, your situation, your routines to those of your friends in other professional courses or other fields, because your destination is different, your choices are different, your paths are different. So the situations or the amount of hard work that is required will also be different. There's no point in comparing the two. So don't compare yourself with your classmates. Like, there has to be a healthy competition, but not to extent that that unhealthy competition sets in. That's not good for you. So there's this story where I'm just going to say the moral of the story, that if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, then it's bound to fail. And if you judge a cheetah by its ability to swim, then it's bound to fail as well. Both of them have varied abilities, and both abilities are needed in their own lives. So the situations are different. The abilities they have is different, and both are important, but they are not incomparable. Both are well off in their respective skills and better when not compared. Being a doctor may be a noble profession, may be a good profession, and all that stuff, but if you are not having the interest in it, if you are not having the passion for it, then it's going to be an extremely hard journey and you're going to regret it. So my message is, don't join the course just because someone else want you to join, just because of peer pressure or just because of your parents pressure, but do join if you are really interested in it, or if you really want to become a doctor. And trust me, once you're interested and you start the course, each and every step, each and every milestone will make you feel extremely satisfied. So that's it for today. I hope you found some value in this video. If you did, don't forget to share it with anyone who's going to start their medical school journey in a few months or in a few days. So until next time, take care.